Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. In today's video, we will be talking about learning agents. We have already been describing about the agent programs, and we saw the simple reflex agent, goal-based agent, as well as model-based agent and utility-based agents. Okay, and they are used and they use various methods for selecting their actions. However, we have not yet discussed that how this agent programs, which maps the agent functions to the percept sequences, they are basically implemented. Okay, Alan Turing in his early paper in 1950 considers the idea of actually programming his intelligent machines by hand. Okay, so he estimates how much work this might take and concludes that some more expeditious methods seem desirable. From that particular point, the learning came into existence. Okay, so learning has another advantage, that it allows the agent to operate in initially unknown environments. So if we consider learning, so first of all, let me write down the heading here. So when we are considering learning, so learning, it enables the agent to work in initially unknown environments. Okay, so based on our learning, we can, or based on our agent's learning, we can operate in the unknown environment, and to become more competent than its initial knowledge, which might allow. Okay, so basically the initial knowledge that we have, they correspond to the previously known facts about a particular environment. So instead of that, it will help us to work with the unknown environment. Okay, so in this video we will be primarily focusing on some of the main ideas of the which involves the learning agents. Okay, so talking about learning agent, a learning agent can be divided into four conceptual components. Okay, so we will also see that in a diagrammatic form. So this learning agent, so if we are considering an agent, so this learning agent, basically the components involved here are a learning element. Okay, a learning element, then we have a performance element, we also have a critic, and we have a problem generator. So we will look into this one by one. Okay, but first of all, let us draw the diagram for this particular learning elements. Okay, so going ahead, so a typical learning agent, it will have a typical diagram like that of an agent that we have already discussed. Okay, so I have an environment. So this is environment. Okay, so let me draw a block around it. Okay, so this is the environment from where the agent will take the necessary perceptions, and this is the agent block. Okay, the learning agent block, which will be working with the different types of components. All right, so from the environment, the sensors, they are always a part of the agent. Okay, sensors and actuators, so they will always be there. So through sensors, it will sense the environment, and through actuators, they will work on the environment. After that, here we have a critic block. Okay, and then we have a learning element, and then we have a problem generator, okay, and finally we have here the performance element. So these are the components of a learning agent. Okay, so various elements, they constitute the learning agent. Now there will be several other arrows associated. Okay, so from the problem generator, we have the performance element, then we have necessary changes, and then we have the knowledge, we have learning goals. Here we have the feedback from the critic, and we get information about the performance, and there is a performance standard. Okay, there is a performance standard involved here. So this is how a typical learning agent looks like. Now, the most important distinction is between the learning element, which is responsible for making improvements, and the performance element, which is responsible for selecting external actions. Okay, the performance element is what we have previously considered to be the entire agent. So this will be pertaining to all your reflex based agent, simple reflex based agent, model based agent, utility based agents, or goal based agent. Okay, so this performance element is basically pertaining to your agents that we have discussed so far. Okay, and it takes in, perceives, and decides on the actions. And the learning element uses feedback from the critic on how the agent is doing and determines how the performance element should be modified to do better in future. So this will be primarily be involving for the feedback process. This is already mentioned here. So it will be giving a feedback, and based on this feedback, the learning element the learning element will be deciding how to change the performance element, okay, or how necessary changes should be made to the performance element. So these are basically the agents that we are talking about. Now coming to the performance element. So what is this performance element? So the design of the learning element, it very much depends upon the design of the performance element. When trying to design an agent that learns a certain capability, we should have the first thing in our mind, or the first thing that it should have in its mind, that how is it going to get it to learn this. Okay, that means if given a particular environment, how will the agent learn about it? And also there are questions like, what kind of performance element will my agent need to do this once it has learned how? Okay, so primarily how and what. So the how will I learn, and what kind of performance element will my agent need? Okay, so what kind of performance should my agent do, or after learning, what should be the necessary decision that my performance element should go ahead with? So this is the job of the performance element. Okay, so given an agent design, learning mechanisms can be constructed to improve every part of the agent, right? So this mechanism surrenders around the performance element as to how it is going to learn, and what type of agent will it be suitable for it, will it be suitable to learn that particular concept or particular environment. Now coming to the critic. Okay, the critic will tell the learning element how well the agent is doing with respect to a fixed performance standard. So there is a performance standard which I have already mentioned here, and it will be informing the learning element how well the agent has performed, okay, or how well the agent is doing. And the critic is necessary because the percepts themselves provide an indication of the agent's success. Okay, for example, now if you take a chess program, okay, it could receive a percept indicating that it has checkmated its opponent. So I have a chess board, and there may be the king is here, and maybe I have used these two blocks. Okay, so these two blocks in order to checkmate the king which is here, right? So based on the perception that I'm getting from the environment, from there itself the critic can well analyze that how the agent is doing. So the agent is winning the game, right? But it all, though it is there, okay, it also has to check other factors. Okay, and how will the critic understand that the agent is now winning the game? Okay, how will it understand? Definitely it has to have certain standard, that if so many steps are taken in order to checkmate the king, that means the agent is doing fine, and he is, or that particular agent is winning the game. Okay, so the perception itself, it is actually informing that the agent is doing good. All right, and also it has to be necessarily compared with a performance standard. So based on the performance standard and the perception, the critic is going to find out how well the agent is performing. Okay, and hence it is important that the performance standard should be fixed initially. Okay, now we also have another component, which is the problem generator. Okay, so the problem generator, basically it is responsible for suggesting the actions that will lead to new and informative experiences. Now if we had the performance element to decide on everything, okay, it would keep doing the things which are always best, isn't it? We will, if I have an agent, so this agent, if I'm asked him to perform, if I'm asking it to perform something, it will always perform in the best possible way, isn't it? So best possible way, given that he knows certain things, okay, or there is a knowledge base available, or there is a strict performance standard available, or there is a critic which is giving it feedback, and based on this, all of these, the performance element will be going on performing the best possible steps. Okay, but if the agent wants to explore something new, suppose this is the goal, okay, let's say this is the goal, and here is my agent. Okay, so this is my taxi which is going. So based on certain performance standard and based on certain critical views, that means feedback, the agent will try to always take the shortest possible route to reach the goal, isn't it? So this is the best possible move the agent can take. Now my taxi driver would like to explore a little bit more, okay, or sometimes he might be taking some other steps instead of always the best one. He might be able to take, he might want to take some other steps apart from the best possible step. So that basically might affect in the long run. Okay, now if this is the step, this is the best possible step to reach the goal, so it already took the step. Now suppose the taxi driver wants to turn left and go and reach the goal here, and while he is doing so, he is witnessing a beautiful scenery here. Okay, so the taxi driver did not want to miss out on this scenery, and that is why if he wants to take this particular route, he will not be able to do this, because of the critic and the learning element. The performance element, which is the agent, they will always be going on taking the best possible route, and in the process of taking the best possible option or performing the best, it will miss out on some of the other important aspects of the taxi driver. Let's say he misses out on the scenery. Okay, so the problem generator's role is to suggest this exploratory actions. Okay, so this is like an option generator. All right, so it will give you or facilitate the agent to take other actions also. That means plan A, there is plan A, you also have plan B, and you also have plan C. So all this will be supported by the problem generator. Okay, now let us go back to the example of our taxi driver. So if we are considering the taxi driver example, now what should be the performance element doing? So there, the performance element, which is basically the agent, it will consist of whatever collection of knowledge and procedure the taxi has for selecting the driving actions, right? So this will always be dependent upon some condition action rules, okay, as well as let's say what was the other thing that we saw? We have some utility factors, right, and we had some models. So based on this, the performance element will be taking decisions into converting them into driving actions. Okay, now the taxi will go out on the road and drives using this performance element. So using this agent, the taxi would be taken to the road. Okay, so the taxi will observe the world and passes information along to the learning element. Learning element we already discussed. So this learning element will be receiving all the information from the performance element regarding the world which is around it. Okay, now after this learning element, the critic will observe the world and it will pass the information along to the learning element. Okay, so critic also will help in order to take the decisions. All right, so for example, like after the taxi makes a quick left turn across 3 lanes of traffic, then the critic observes the, let's say, the drivers on the left turn. While taking the left turn, the other drivers are, they are not driving in a very sequential manner. Okay, so from this experiment, the learning element will be able to formulate a rule saying that this is a bad action. Okay, so this is a bad action. So what happens is, the critic, initially the performance, let me do it with a different color. So initially the performance element, it will observe and pass the knowledge to the learning element. Okay, the learning element will be again communicating with the critic. That means the critic will also be giving its feedback regarding a particular action, and once the learning element gets the knowledge and the feedback, it initiates the necessary changes which the performance element should follow. Okay, so, and how does the critic will know that about the environment to give the feedback? From the sensors which are there. All right, so this is how all of them works together. Okay, now what about the problem generator? The problem generator will identify certain areas of behavior which will need certain improvement, or suggest different experiments for a taxi driver. That means you have taken left, no problem, now you can go ahead and take a right to reach your goal, or you can take a U-turn and come back and go to your goal. Okay, so all those exploratory methods, okay, exploratory options are given by the problem generator. So once the performance element receives this, it will take its own decision, and finally with the help of actuators, it acts on the environment. So this is how your learning agent, okay, this is a generic model of a learning agent. So this is how your learning agent works. You do not have any rocket science in understanding this, because this performance element itself, we have discussed about 4 different types of agent programs. So those agent programs are basically the performance element, okay, which will be using their own set of information in order to take decisions. However, based on the changing environment, there is a learning element, and it will be continuously communicating with the agent in order to take the best possible option. Okay, and not best possible option should be selected. We should also go for experimental or exploratory setup, where different types of experiments could be done. Okay, so in this topic, we talked about the various types of components which are responsible for a learning agent. Okay, and we have this performance element, something which we have already discussed several times. Okay, we have a critic, a learning element, as well as a problem generator. Okay, now we can also introduce utility in this particular agent, learning agent. Okay, so if we want to reward, or if we want to check how well the agent has learned, then we can always go ahead and associate a utility in this particular agent. Okay, this particular learning agent. So this is all about your learning agent that we should know for our course. Okay, and further we will be discussing about certain new concepts which involve searching and problem solving. Okay, so this is all for today's class. So thank you.